As always, when we take on, coming on your faces like this, we have something that is itching us, pinching us, or paining us, or sweetening us. But whichever one it is today, you get to decide. I'm not alone. My name is Melanie Ishola, and I am joined by, to my very left,
Margaret.
Is that just your name?
I just had the drama. Margaret.
Also, you can have Margaret to my left, and to my right you have
Adeyemi.
So you guys have chosen to just go Margaret Adeyemi. Again, my name is Melanie. You're welcome to the lounge. I refuse to be the only one with us live on the lounge and contribute to what we are doing. When the phone lines are opened, of course, we'll call it out. Indeed, you can see it scrolling right on your screen. We have something to quickly look at. There's been a video trending on Instagram, and there's been an amazing Easy Go Bay Day who seem to have an opinion, maybe not conventional, I don't know, but you get to tell us. But she seems to think that men are not materials, objects that can be snatched. And so we're asking, is there such thing as husband snatching? Just after this break.
See, you like it or not, there is nothing like husband snatching. If you can snatch somebody's husband, my dear, what are you waiting for? Go to the bank. Go and snatch money. You don't have a job. You are jobless. Go and snatch a job. Oh, because he's a man. I don't think some people know that this is disrespectful to men. I don't think you get it. Something that can be snatched and using koni to take. You are putting a man in that place. Oh, wano. Oh, wano. Except when no or yes. Oh, kobo no. Wobi no. Ah, dobomiago sunde wano. That one me say you cannot say no or yes. You cannot snatch a man. It's so irritating when I see so-called self-proclaimed relationship therapists and coaches using the word husband snatching. You can't do research. You cannot use Google. You cannot read a book. And you snatch, you think it's a baby? You snatch a man. Really? You don't know what snatching means? You don't know what it means? You're talking about snatching. There is nothing like husband snatching, my sister. Don't let them deceive you. I know many of you like lie so that you are comfortable and say, snatch my husband. So, no, you not snatch any husband. Now your toto speak for you, eh? Now your character speak for you. Now your money speak for you. Now your standard now speak for you. You probably they do something where your wife not get for us. I know if it tell you, I know if it conquer say you snatch my husband. We are not if you work, but we are not here. Somebody just came now, snatch my bag. My bag cannot fight. My bag cannot speak nor defend itself. You see a man can say no or yes. Oh, baby, ride me. Baby, carry me, go. Baby, I want to be with you for the rest of my life. He can speak and say yes or no. When you're using snatch, I think it's disrespectful. It's annoying when you see these people using snatching. You snatch them. What is it? See, I've said this so many times. You can be talking about, you see poo-poo, what would they do for toilet, and still be making sense. Bill Gates did it. He talked about shit when I read the shit for toilet. He was making sense because he's done his research and said you can turn this shit into purified clean water. But this man, they talk shit, was making sense. You can be talking what you're saying and still be making sense because you've done your research and you know exactly what you're saying. How you deliver it is not the problem, but my sister, try to make sense. What you be snatching? Get out.
And there you have it. Easy is not mincing words. And I do not want us to mince words, guys. So, you heard her. Everything she says. Can you snatch him? Will you snatch him? It's your... All of us did it, you know. And then I'm asking myself, there are different dimensions to this conversation. First, I want to acknowledge a boldness to even come out to say, hey, We don't snatch you guys. Adeyemi, you're unsnatchable. That's according to Izzy. Now, if Izzy is saying women are unsnatchable, there's equally another dimension she introduced where she said, okay, so for the women who are outside, and I think she means in the case of a marriage relationship, because also boyfriend and girlfriends say husband snatchers to girlfriend. Yeah, exactly. Everybody has husband, whether there is a band or not. Okay. So she now said that for the girls who are purportedly the husband snatchers, that it is actually their work, their worth that has delivered that parcel, you know, to them. So that's another dimension. So I just want us to clarify this so we know which we are speaking to. Because if we were speaking to that, it would then be to ask, really, so are we normalizing, right, the rights of women who actually are into husband snatching as a profession? Because that's how I see Izzy portrayed, sort of like, hey, you earned it, you worked for it.
Yeah.
Now let's decentralize it and understanding that people can then pick up their phones at this time, and you can get to call us on 09053631738. Again, the number is scrolling on your screen, and you get to contribute. But we're going to start it from here, and I think that we need to hear from the horse's mouth. It feels like we have a representative of the Husbands Association of Nigeria in person of Adeyemi Lahomi.
I like that.
What is his name? Lahomi means. Explain it to me.
Yes,
is that not it?
Yes, reveal it.
Now you know, Margaret.
I get it.
Yes. Thank you for having me on the show. Now the thing is, men are not things that can be snatched. We are not items. We are things that women fight for. And they value. So if someone else says that, no, somebody came to snatch my husband, and like she said, the other woman actually did her homework. And the homework that she did was based, or could be based on, the need that man is lacking at that point in time. That's just it.
You didn't betray your name, Adeyemi. You are Lahomi. Thank you for Lahoing us on the program. Margaret, what have you got to say? This is deep.
Let me first digest what you just said first. I've digested it now.
Okay.
No,
she's taking it personal.
I'm not
No,
taking it personal. Wait, relax, calm down.
Okay.
Okay, so first of all, we have to say that men are not items. They are not toys that can be snatched.
I think we all agree to that.
We agree that men are not toys. They are not items that can be snatched. Now, if I come from that your angle, that you said that because the other lady outside, I think Izzy also said the same thing, is probably doing what the wife at home cannot do.
Or the girlfriend in the relationship. You know,
let's just say
yes,
woman.
The girlfriend
No,
relationship is not doing what, and so the man now decided that he wants to explore. That is where I'm coming from. The man decided that he wants to explore.
A man can decide not to explore.
He decided that he wants to explore. He's not content with what is saying in front of him. She did not snatch him. She did not snatch him, because you are not an object that they will put somewhere and say, drag it.
So the point you're making now is there is deliberate attempt.
Yes, it's a deliberate attempt. It is not a she just came to me, because people can come from the part of the lady seduced the man. When people bring up these discussions, you see there, she seduced the man. There was a way she dressed. I said, excuse me, any woman can dress the way you want her to dress.
A case of, you just coming to grab them. The same way Izzy said it. Now, she is saying that, no, men cannot be snatched because there's got to be an attempt from, it's a case of two, and they say it takes two to tango.
Yeah.
So, if it's a case of two, I equally see it as men cannot be snatched. But you see the angle I said I was bringing into this is, and we may not agree, but honestly, there is such thing as Africa magic. And whether we now want to agree to it or not, but I'll still state it. So there have been instances, again, Margaret, where you hear women say, and I'll say this in Yoruba, and for the purpose of those who do not understand Yoruba, I'm just going to try and translate that Ofi Ogungba Okomi, Ofi Ogungba Okomi, Ofi Okomi left for J. So meaning that, the woman on the sideline went diabolical and literally charmed or jazzed the husband or the man, right? And then they are now a thing. So for me, it's a case of, so this is a possibility.
Yeah.
Have I seen it? No, it hasn't happened to me. And please, can we hold on and pray? In the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen, sister.
Because there is a reason why I don't like to say it doesn't exist. I don't know. You know, when you have not experienced something, you don't want to experience it. But I've heard women say it. And when they say it, you want to believe them.
It happens.
And then you're asking, what is their experience really? And people would argue there is nothing like jazz. Right? There is nothing like charm. And it can't even it can't even work for men.
And there is.
So let's now understand this scenario. So on the basis of when men are not just objects that can be snatched, but equally the balance of women who shout that their husbands are charmed, are jazzed, and all of that. How do we situate this? Is it
Self-discipline. 1, 2.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't believe. Well, self-discipline. Yes, is there. But may you not encounter a woman that can go the extra mile to explore your gap. Now, Yorubas will say that a lizard, if a lizard, so the other woman coming in with a charm would have seen a need, would have seen the gap that you are not feeling as the woman. And she now preys on it, and she now goes the extra mile to just cement our position on that thing so that it will result in our favor. Okay. So that's it. So for everything, what I'm saying is this: for everything, for anything a woman does, from the outside to maybe going to the heart of a marriage, that woman is exploring a gap. That's just it.
Okay, I get you.
Gap.
I
if there's no
I get you.
crack on the wall,
but now I'm saying this. You know when I said self-discipline? Self-discipline is a lot of things. It's the ability to stay in one place, like be content with something. Now, you said the woman is exploring a gap.
Yes.
How did she know that there was a gap?
Because why? Let me explain.
The man obviously had a conversation with her.
Let me explain something to you. Now, for the man to have a conversation,
there was contact.
There is a contact. Yeah, there is a contact.
Yes.
So for the man to be able to go that length to explain, that means that there is a level of trust between the man and the woman.
How are we sure that the man explained? We're not sure the man explained.
No.
Can we paint a scenario?
Okay.
Let's paint a scenario quickly. So the man works in his place of work. There are lots of okay. So at his place of work, he has lots of colleagues, female colleagues. I mean, you know, all of us have typo. Like it or not, that you're married doesn't mean you still don't find your type.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now there are a few ladies who you know are sort of like your spec.
Yeah.
And then you know that this person is your spec, as you said, there is a need that is lacking. And can we just say the truth? No one person is the 100% answer to the other person's problems or prayers.
Yes.
Come on now. There will always be gap. There will always be need. There will always be lack. Things that will be lacking. So now, you now know that you have specs frolicking on their own. Or they're not even doing anything to seduce you. Or let's even say they are seductive enough to frolic around you. And you're not now running away. You are not running away.
You're running in.
You are not running away. I said it 3 times. So you now run into each other. No. You run into each other. Now you're saying the lady on the outside is taking advantage of the inadequacies
of the woman.
Of the woman. The woman she probably has never met. So that's a scenario.
Now, he said in the workplace, he finds his spec.
Or maybe
let's just say anywhere, even if it's not a workplace.
Let me situate it let me situate it from the angle of a man, wherever the situation may be. For a man to have a conversation with a woman, there is something. Something would have attracted them to each other. Yes, like you said, self-discipline.
You and I talk in this office.
Yes.
Is there something that is attracting us?
Because we are no. You know. Okay, now for example, we have people within your workspace. We are in the same organization.
That's right.
We don't share the same office. We don't share the same space. You have some guys you share the same space with, and you have a level of deep conversation with.
Right.
Good. So I'm taking it from there.
Okay.
Now, it is now left for, it is during the time of conversing and every other thing, you now find out, okay, the woman, from the woman. Yes, that's
to
it.
come for the man.
Yes.
Knowing that he's a married man.
Knowing that he's married, yes.
Okay.
No,
but
okay,
I know
now.
that things like that happen.
No, for example, let me share a very simple thing now. For example, the woman will say, this guy, Yorubas will say, the woman, Yorubas will say,
For those who don't understand Yoruba, it's not like preparing
The
for
ground.
the ground for yourself to be able to reap something in return.
So it's from there. Okay, let's go have lunch. The guy goes. And from there, they start talking, they start conversing about things. Okay, from societal issues to politics,
Even work issues.
work
Even
issues
work
now
issues,
gets
yeah.
into okay. You drive. Maybe the one doesn't drive. Okay, to drop you off from there. So she's already gaining ground.
But she
Now the
looks
thing
funny,
is this.
but
Now
when
the
you
thing
saw
is
the
this.
tonics,
That's
No,
it.
the thing
Don't
is
get
this.
him
It
called.
is maybe the man. Now sometimes when I read through the pages of newspapers and I see that a couple's peace
Specs.
of mind.
Peace of mind is relative.
No, peace of mind is general for everyone.
It
You
depends.
don't you
I
need
need peace of mind. No, I'm just saying the kind of peace
So
of mind
if-
that you might
if-
want might not be the kind of peace of mind
right.
another
But-
person's
but-
mind for
but-
you.
no,
Might not
like,
be
yeah,
peace
might
of
not-
mind
but
for you.
If I'm in the home and I'm not getting that peace of mind and I am getting that vibe from somewhere, naturally a man will tilt towards that. So that is the gap that is there. The woman in the house is, don't let me say can't, or maybe is struggling to, and the man doesn't have that patience. And there's a ready-made woman outside that is willing, and more than willing, to go the extra mile just to
So
feel
that's how the lizard comes into
Yeah.
the conversation.
I'm
Okay.
not talking about the African jazz thing. Yeah,
Like
women,
natural, yes, you are
Yeah.
giving us the natural
Yeah.
scenario
Yeah.
where these things can happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't think, I think this is now a case of Margaret and I against Adeyemi on the program this afternoon.
Am I really against him?
No, because he believes that men, or am I getting it wrong? We think men cannot be snatched.
No, men cannot be snatched.
You think men can be snatched?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay,
so yeah.
Okay, don't let us use. Oh, can be taken away. Can be
That's
taken.
Snatch.
Can be taken away.
Snatch.
You can say taken away.
Snatching. That is snatch.
Somebody
Take it away.
purportedly thought about
Snatch.
it deliberately. I like this fine man that used to bring food according to your story. to
Yes,
work.
so.
I don't know. Can that be funny? Or he doesn't need to bring
Before
food
to
to
the
work.
let me be cooking
Once
for
that cook for his
him.
wife at home.
That she's
so
not
she cannot
cooking.
cook, and then you profile and then you go for him. Now we have lots of people commenting already. Let's go reading a few comments and also encourage you to please call us up. The numbers to call are right there. So this right here is the truth, right? A full-grown man can make his decision regarding who he wants to be with. Is not an object that can be snatched. Ladies, let's get our facts right. And then Home of Hope says, when a girl gets pregnant, all her friends touch her stomach and say, congrats, but none of them come and touch the man's manhood and say, well done. Morale. Hard work is never appreciated. Only, like, can I laugh? Only the result matter. Please bless my day with a, oh, yeah. So, looking good. Oh, thank you so much, Ame. And then, okay, please. Please ensure that, okay.
Okay, there's one here. A Cheryl housewife says, men go to where they get peace, respect, and their ego is not challenged. Nothing like husband snatching.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. And that was Ashawo housewife.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Don't mind the
So
name.
I think we're coming back on Ashawo's comment as well to
Yes.
take this further. Yusuf says there's absolutely nothing like that because it's only not living things that can be snatched.
True.
Even when they don't have a choice to choose, they run away. So humans with their God-given senses decide what they want to do. I just want to pick all of these comments. So there is no man or woman snatching anywhere. It's a decision taken. Oh no. To me,
I think
if
there's
you
something
treat
here.
your man accordingly, he won't be able to look out. But
Okay.
then there are some men that are not satisfied with one woman. Let me have you read a few more comments.
Have you seen this Captis Thrift? I don't know if that is Captis I'm seeing here on X says, well, except for use of jazz or diabolical means, I think she makes a lot of sense. You know, Edo people know to tell her. Sorry, what's that? No too well like that. I take an exception
take an exception
to that.
I
take an exception to that.
When we comment, thank you so much, Captis. There's another one. There is absolutely nothing like that because it's only non-living
read
things.
that.
I think I've
Yes.
already read that. So please keep your comments coming, and I think it gets even more interesting when we say that you can be a part of the program by calling right on the show, and let's keep it going. Okay, so Margaret, I was going to come to you because Adeyemi had the floor explaining his position to us. So again, a number of people have come right on the position you and I took. And I went a bit further on my position to say there is such thing as jazz. And I have heard women lament. Yeah. And because I am not there does not mean I would, you know, knock their experiences or say, oh, they're just being dramatic. Or no, I won't say that. I don't know what it means. But for what you mean by men cannot be snatched, which is equally Izzy's position, can you please explain to me a bit more? Because indeed, Adeyemi is quite right with the fact that there are times when there are lacunas, you know, in relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the man is unsatisfied, utterly unsatisfied by the relationship he has. But let's balance it by saying maybe the same woman in that same relationship at home is equally unsatisfied with the relationship with the husband. Does she then go out to be snatched? Or is she snatched by a man? But that's conversation for another day. So please just, I mean, expand this for us and let's understand.
Okay, so there's this thing we always see. You say you cannot satisfy everybody. You cannot satisfy everybody. A man cannot be totally satisfied. A woman cannot also be totally satisfied. Now, I believe that a lot of things come to play in here. If while you were courting or doing boyfriend and girlfriend, if it's not courting, you want to call it, because some people say it's not courting.
Exactly.
If while you were doing boyfriend and girlfriend, there were certain things that you were doing. You know, some people are like that. They do certain things when they're in a relationship. When they get married, they just have a different orientation. If that's the case, then we know what we are dealing with. Did you communicate about it? Did you have conversations? Did you try as much as possible to ensure that these things were worked on? Now, I go with something. A lady came up one day on the internet and said something. She said, most men, you have your spec. You know what you like. You know what gives you peace. Let me tell you. So many people, you ask them now, is it your spec that you married? They'll tell you no. They will tell you no, it's not their spec that they married. Do you understand? That's what they will tell you. Now, you don't marry your spec, but there are many specs. In fact, you cannot find one spec. So will you keep going testing the waters? You cannot keep testing. You cannot keep testing, and that is how that's life for you.
It's a case of you made a choice.
Yes, you made a choice. Can you stick with the choice?
Okay.
Do you understand?
And choice has pros and cons.
That's it.
Can you stick with the choice?
Can you stick with the choice? Now, in the case of the jazz, I mean, we see it everywhere. They tell you if you put one bead on your hand, if you just touch the man like this, hold him, shake him. They'll say if you put one, I've seen too many. If you cook for him, I've seen too many things. Now, the thing that I got from there is that there was a contact. Did you move or did you not move? Did you go or did you not go? Because when people say, yes, she snatched him, they snatched him. Did you move or did you not move? There was a contact.
Okay, we have a call right here. Let's see who is contributing. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from?
Barrister Akindaimu. I'm calling from Idorin, Ondo State.
Okay, Barrister Akindaimu, am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, please, your contribution.
You say?
I said your contribution, please.
Yeah, my contribution to the topic is very simple and straightforward.
Let's have it, please.
Husband can be snatched. It's very possible. If a wife that is not serious with your husband and you are not doing what pleases your husband could go outside and look for other women. So the problem lies with you. The problem lies with you when you are.
So the problem lies with the woman.
Are we not to go outside and look for other women?
Okay. Barrister Akindaimu, thank you so much for calling.
Please, I'm in the midst of women.
All right, do well and call as well. I think Barrister Akindaimu has started something. I don't know what that.
Please, I am in the midst of women. Please, I am in the midst of women.
I don't know. No, because I don't know what you want this afternoon like this stuff. I am not eating.
No, it's the truth actually.
I'm saying that it is actually the woman's responsibility.
No problem.
I like
give the
no, wait, no, see, let me
I'm fine,
wait.
no,
No, the thing is this. No, let me wait. People say that, okay, yeah, you said if I could pick from your lines.
Okay,
you said, okay, people do not marry or did not marry their spec. Now, that is.
But you are aware that there are a lot of men who say, I married a woman fit for marriage.
Not
my
my
spec,
spec,
but I like.
wife
There
material.
is-
They don't marry their
There,
spec.
you see,
Have you
there are
heard
wife.
that?
They
Okay.
see there are wife materials that are your spec.
Which one is white material? Anyways, not for today, but let's continue.
Like me, let me give a personal example. When I wanted to get married, I knew the type of woman that I want or that I wanted. So
Wanted
I had,
for marriage or wanted for your life? Because that's
wanted
actually
now
two
thing. When I was growing up, okay, just a woman. Okay, just to. But when I was thinking of settling down, okay, a woman that can last. There are some things that I see. No, there are some things. You see, if you see my wife, I say it anytime that I don't want a situation whereby I'll be tempted outside. I'm not saying that she's perfect, neither am I.
Yeah.
But you found something that you
Yeah,
knew
there-
would
yes.
get
Yes.
attention.
I can't say what I like on my wife here because
That's
we are
okay.
live.
That's
Yes,
a
But
that's
choice.
fine.
The thing is, when I see her, 50% of, or let me say 60% of my temptation is out, is gone. So I married my spec, fit for marriage. Maybe those that didn't marry their spec didn't look well enough.
Is that it?
Maybe.
Or maybe they made a choice that I just needed a woman
Yes.
who could man the home, whether
Yeah.
or not this was my spec,
Spec or
and I can
not.
continue to go outside.
Or
and
maybe
do what I want.
Or maybe they hoped that
Because
in
you
the
know
course
you
of
men
the
say
marriage,
men are
they
polygamous in nature.
could,
You
they
know people
could,
say
maybe
that.
the man, maybe in the course of the marriage, okay, the man would think, okay, I could mold her to be the type of woman that
I get that
want.
point.
So it is very, very difficult at times when a woman that is already set in her ways, like we say it, crayfish no they bend.
Right.
So it's always very difficult. So that is where, and you're trying to mold,
Okay, okay.
the woman breaks.
Okay.
That is where the issue comes in.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I think I see the points there. But you know, still back to barristers.
I think by him.
Akin. Oh, I'm sorry, barrister, but I don't seem to recall your full name. Now, he was also saying, and this is the point I want to hold in my left hand, so I will not use it to go and eat. When he said that it is the woman's fault. Did you not hear him? It was the woman who was supposed to hold her husband. Wait, is it the wandering husband that is already doing cascos?
You're passing the judgment by saying the word.
A man, because he passed the judgment by saying the woman.
A man
should actually
cannot be held.
How?
Yes,
A man cannot be held. So much so a woman cannot be held. If you were a gallivanting man,
that is who you are.
My brother, you will gallivant.
And you'll be snatched.
It is
Yes.
true.
And you will be snatched.
Yes.
But there is nothing
You
like
can be
snatching.
taken
It's not
away.
a case
You can
of
be taken
you
away.
ran into what you already
No,
had
Nana,
wanted.
I will not take that for. There's no taking away.
I'll say take away. I'll say take away.
That's the
I
snatch
go
that
to
we're
a
talking
party,
about.
I am given a
Do you
takeaway
know
takeaway
some women's
meal.
husbands get snatched for decades?
Yes.
Yes.
When I was young, I used to know of the story of how a woman says, hey, what's going on? What happened to our
No.
where did our daddy go? And these are not funny issues because if you've seen women who are actually suffering under the weight of these issues, and then you're asking, and I guess that was where I heard the whole jazz dimension to the conversation. And then I'm like, oh, okay. So the woman didn't actually, and for me, it's always the pain of when women now say, the woman snatched my husband. And I feel like saying to them that, no, both of them decided to do something.
Yes.
Because the man because you are saying that and then you are absolving your husband of the fault.
No,
That's
no.
what I think
it's
you're
like
doing.
you want to, let me put it like this. Like you want to pick a prostitute.
Yeah.
It's like you want to
You
pick
can't
a
absolve the
prostitute.
man.
It's something that you thought through. Today, Friday, I want to pick a prostitute. It's not like when you were going, I just saw that prostitute.
you have a
She's so
right
fine.
to-
Wait.
Which
See,
are the right
for
to
a
pick?
man to
Is a
think,
thinking
I know there
process.
are no wait.
And let me
There
tell you,
are
the wife does not
gallivanting
have,
men.
the wife
And
does
there are
not have to do
gallivanting
something
women.
wrong before the man does that. Neither does the man have to do something wrong before the woman does that.
There are
It's not a case of
gallivanting
because
men.
there's problem
See,
in the
we
home.
are all now.
It's
Let
not
me.
because there is problem in the
There is-
home.
it's not because most
it's not
times
because
it's
the
not a
woman is not
problem,
good
oh.
enough. It's not because the man
The
is not
man
good
just
enough.
has
The
a
marriage
wandering
or the
leg.
relationship is not good.
He cannot see that in
It
one
takes
place.
two. That is my theory. It takes
takes two
two
to tango.
to tango.
Okay, I agree. No caps on that.
Okay.
But the thing is this: for a man to have thought of something, he may have had it on a fertile ground in his mind. Okay, this is good for me. I can't get it in my space. He goes out, sees a cheaper, no, let me say cheap. He sees a better deal that he can use, that he can get, that will fulfill his needs. At that point, he will go for it. He would go. Men are wired. Don't let me say
But can
all
I
of it.
introduce
Some men
another
are wired that way.
dimension? If you say he sees the need and then he goes for it,
Yeah.
can the woman also
In the house.
see
The need.
Yes, it happens.
Okay.
Yes, it happens.
Okay.
It's both ways.
Okay.
And
It's
in
both
this
ways.
our African mentality,
And it
she's
will be,
not
fine.
wrong.
And
There-
I'm fine with it.
No, no.
And
To be
you can just
perfect.
admit as a man that, hey, my wife was snatched.
If they are like,
Since you say
I
men can
am
be
me,
snatched.
yeah, no,
So you
taking
can
away.
just say-
Don't let me
No,
say
no,
that.
no, it's not taking away.
No,
it's snatching.
taking away. No,
It's
Brother,
snatching.
For
it's
the
not
sake
taking
of the
away.
records, I am saying taking away.
Naomi, we are snatching.
Women are going with snatch.
It's
I am
snatch.
going with taking away.
It's snatch.
What is taking away,
So they can
please?
snatch
What
somewhere.
is taking
A
away
woman
now?
from a home.
What is
is
taking
also
away?
Snatched
I go-
away. Who follows a man? We can now, because Margaret and I would say a woman who follows a man. That's what I would say. If you want
If
a man,
I
woman,
take
would say
this
you followed
phone,
a man. But you
I've
are saying
taken the
woman
phone,
was
I've snatched the phone from her. I
If-
dragged the
okay,
phone
now,
from her.
okay, before you took this phone, right? You came to a place, and the place was convenient for you to take the phone, right?
So the phone, because the phone cannot even fight back.
The phone cannot
But in the
talk.
case of a human
The phone
being,
cannot speak.
A woman can, or a man can fight. And that's why we have to agree to use snatch.
Me, I would say take it.
For those who understand English, both snatch and take away. The case is, Adeyemi here rightly believes that if a woman, we're turning the table, and a woman were to follow, a woman who's married in this case, were to follow a man, or a man were to come for a woman in a marriage, in that case, it was the man that snatched.
Okay, so we have a
I'm
message
even
here
confused,
before we
yeah.
continue.
But anyways,
We have one from Karim at Debingpe, and it says, a real man cannot be snatched. A real man will do everything possible to make his marriage work.
But I'm still going to ask that question. We read on the pages of newspapers where marriages are crumbling based on irreconcilable differences. I agree with her, but the end part of it is, what if the man tried every means possible, explored all channels, and at the end of the day still didn't work out?
So in
even
that
same
case-
from the woman as well. I am also going to see. I am not the type that will say just from the part of the man. I also look at it from the woman's side.
Yeah.
So, what am I doing? I'm not perfect, like I said. No one is perfect.
Oh, absolutely.
And you can never get your 100% type of man.
Thank you.
Or
Woman.
Now, the thing is this. If you cannot, what are you doing so that you guys can meet at the middle point? If that is not there, that is where the gap comes in.
Adeyemi, you are preaching. For me, it's just that this thing will continue. Whether or not we tell them, I look for your type, or marry your type, or marry the person that you can. But we will be snatching tomorrow.
Yes.
But
I
even
just
they're
don't
looking
want
at it
us
from
to
the
call it
from
snatching.
the
I think I'd rather we just agree that it's a case of two adults
willing.
willing.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It's a case of two adults
Willing.
to be with each other.
That's it.
Willing to fulfill a need.
Yes, whatever the need is of sexual,
But there are two adults,
financial,
and they are
or
that
whatever,
willing.
of whatever
That
Yes.
willing is there.
The will is there.
Yes.
The need is there.
There is one more comment here.
Okay.
Oshia Renoir, Geraldine. Some men are going through a lot. Some men won't say a word about the experience, but rather they go to a place of peace. I think he's trying to say that if a man feels that his peace is threatened in a relationship, say marriage, marriage relationship, it could just tilt towards another. But he's also saying what we are saying. So in that case, the man wasn't snatched. The man was equally looking for peace. That's it.
That he's not getting from his
So but he was looking for it.
The thing that may not the thing is that the thing is that the man may be like, okay, I'm not getting this. Okay, maybe because of this, maybe because of I am committed to my wife. Let me just stay. But like I said, we painted the scenario whereby the woman, maybe in a work relationship, in a work mode, they get to meet each other and they start talking and they see the need. And at that point, maybe at that point of contact, the man was not thinking.
But do you know that there are some men that have it, they are satisfied?
With.
But do you know that there are some men that are actually satisfied, but they can't, they are not just they just have a wandering eye.
And we are not talking about the men that are satisfied.
In fact,
now the thing is, every man has the potential.
I'm just saying.
Do
you know? But do you know?
All
but
men,
do you agree that there are some men that are actually satisfied?
Margaret,
like
in fact,
everything is perfect.
there is a theory.
Yes, I know.
In fact, there is a theory they would now say
it is not just for men.
That a man can now not continue to eat okra soup every day.
Same food.
Is egusi soup every day.
You are blessed.
Vegetable food. I'm blessed.
You are blessed.
But there are ways you can meal. There are ways.
What do you eat? Is it egusi, ewedu, amala?
I am married to one woman. I am married on
all sorts.
That yeah. See, if she's giving me okra soup today, I can tell her, see, babe, do ilala sepo.
Are you using this figuratively or literally?
Anyhow you want to take it. See, give me ilala sepo. It's still the same okra. Give me a seafood okra. It's still the same thing. Add the okra to maybe one, just embellish.
Just so that you have your needs met.
At that point. So it's still the same okra soup in different dimensions.
Okay. All right, so do well and call. I think we can still entertain one or two more calls. I saw a comment here where somebody said it's as though we switched off our phone lines. No, we didn't switch off our phone lines. And I've tried over and again to check. And a few calls have come in, and you as well can call. The phone number is fixed there on your screen, but I'll just call it out. 090-5363-1738. Again, 090-5363-1738. Do well and call. I think there is something that happens when people call. Look at when Barrister called that, and it just gingered all of us. What are you saying?
But let me go back to this African charm and thingy.
Okay.
If you could remember 2 years back on Instagram, a popular blogger or a popular influencer had an open show for a popular, but don't let me use a popular brand for getting a man. And the thing was live on Instagram. When I saw the turnout of the video, it was massive. The sales made was massive.
What tells you that there are people using jazz really?
Women. Now they'll tell you that if you are how to use it. Maybe you do something in the morning, then you go. If you want a man in a particular location, just go there, and maybe something you just so. Some women or these Gen Z women, they are doing a whole lot. They're doing a whole lot.
And it's not just Gen Z. I said that when I was a child.
Even Agbalagba women say.
I heard people used to say that I've used drugs and steal my husband.
But now this is deeper. This one has gone deeper now.
I think I concur with him in this aspect.
And I see what
they literally come out to say it all.
It's no longer something you do that is needed.
I saw a video somewhere. A young girl. She literally said, married women, no, you should not be angry. All of us are sharing him. When you are done, he will come to us. So we need him too now. Only you cannot be enjoying.
For me, so I think there is also a pool which we cannot deny.
The level of disrespect.
The pool with which I think some single ladies are gravitating towards married men, and it's something to actually talk about if you really wanted balance in this conversation. So while indeed I agree that there's nothing like a man being snatched, you also wanted to do it, or you put yourself in a vulnerable position where you could be taken, or taken away, using the words of Adeyemi, but to finally now say that, and this was the other premise of Izzy, when she was now saying that, to the women who are now feeling bad that maybe, they went to snatch, no, that they should feel good, that it's their hard work, that delivered the men to them, that they must be doing something right, that maybe the woman in the house wasn't or isn't doing right. And then I seem to say, so where did we now have this new desire, sort of growing desire for the married men? Like, are we not normalizing the conversation around he's taken, she's taken? Boundaries exist.
Do you know that some
in
women,
the society anymore? Do
you know that some women love when they go out with married men?
Tell us about it. We don't know.
Now, I know you know. So let me tell you something. I've had conversations with some women that they told me that they love dating the married man. Why? He's more matured.
Takes care of them.
He's
more sensitive.
Emotionally intelligent. And maybe not be that financially stable, but it gives them that extra.
Peace.
Thank you.
not
We
gonna-
finally agree on something.
I
know. No,
Is it
I've
true?
seen it.
I don't want to
It's
argue
happening.
on
I've
this
heard them.
program.
I've seen it.
All right,
I've
babe.
seen it come out to play.
heard you.
So I know that most young girls, they say, this one is more mature. And
I won't deny that
he
I
won't-
heard it, but I just don't know if I ever ratified it.
Yeah, I've heard some of those conversations. In fact, they openly say it. Before it was a thing of shame. Let me hide it. But now, it's no longer a thing. It's a thing of pride.
Nothing is a thing of
In
shame
fact,
now.
they will tell you with their future that it's me that has that man. And I'm done with him.
The wife can
I
have
will
it.
or you, my friend, you
Then we
can
will pass
take
it around.
over for where I
All right,
stop.
so this is a conversation I believe that we will carry on another time. And so we have Taiwo Victoria who says, only a man who belongs to the streets, and I think I have it here, can be snatched. Is that not interesting? A real man would never cheat, right? Not to talk of someone snatching him away. Margaret.
Taiwo, I don't know if I can clap for you.
But you want the clap? I really want to clap for Taiwo as well as Karim. Oh yeah, so Karim has a contribution, Adebimpe, to what she had said earlier, and then she says, a real woman keeps the home together and makes it livable. I believe that that's true, but it's actually the responsibility of both the woman and the man to make their homes livable.
Because if the woman tries to make the home livable
and the
man does not, problem to her
how
now.
is that?
There's enough problem.
I cannot abracadabra. All of us had better be ready to make the home livable.
Me
Now,
that
what
everybody has to
Wadi
talk.
says, real men don't cheat, talk more of being snatched. I think we said that.
Yes, we've said that. Yeah.
Already, and that's where we put a wrap to the comments and the calls on the program today. So we've been talking very simply about, is there such thing as husband snatching? And as we make a wrap, we're going to go over our theories and premises and beliefs again, so that in a way, while we have talked through it today, maybe somebody got lost with our positions. Now, it can be clear. And I'm starting with you, Margaret. So, is there such thing? Having said it all, heard it all from people, comments, calls, is there such thing?
There's nothing like husband snatching. There is no such thing as husband snatching. The man is not an item. He's not a toy. He's not a book that you take from the shelf and say when you're done with it, you drop it. It's a deliberate act. It is something that you thought through and you thought it was okay for you, and so you did it. Now, I'm going to wrap up with this. What goes around comes around. If you take what does not belong to you, another person again will come and still take that, and then you keep going around these circles with no full stop.
All right. So you heard it. Margaret just spoke. And now I go to Adeyemi. Please, Lahomi.
I'm in the midst of women, so I may want to play safe.
Please do not.
Okay.
I've not been playing it safe all along.
You want to play safe now?
Now, okay. Now let me wrap up this way. Now, every man has a need, and a man goes extra lengths to find where he can get that need fulfilled. In the case of being married, my own take home is this, or my own advice is this: talk to your wife. Make sure you have a reasonable conversation whereby those needs can be met, and if for one thing or the other, either party is struggling, just be patient enough to see that, okay, you can see it through. But my own take is this: a man can be taken away. I don't believe in snatching. A man can be taken away. A woman too can be taken away. Whatever it is, we can all be taken away. That's it. That is my take.
This is your take, eh? I think we should start around that 40 minutes production.
Everybody can be taken away.
It's adamant Adeyemi has been on this program.
taking
Yes,
away.
it's the
We've
truth.
not even been able to convince him.
That it's not
Convince
taken
him
away.
that
No,
it's
it's
not
the
taken away.
truth.
Snatch.
It's happening.
Okay.
Snatching.
And this is where we conclude this episode of The Lounge. We hope that as you lounged with us today, you learned a thing. Now you can say for a certain whether indeed when we started the program we were pained, or we have something sweet in us, or it was pinching us, because I think we saw emotions fly, run and all of that on the program. We've got to say thank you for joining us. But as you know, in case you want to know what my position is, my position is a man, just the same way a woman cannot be snatched. If you do not have a hand in it. Now, I put a sort of disclaimer in the position where I believe indeed that people go metabolical, and in that regard, though there would be contact, though we could say, oh, why maintain contact with somebody who could go metabolical on you in the first place, but indeed in such regard, what I can only say is, may God help us.
Amen.
All break.
Amen.
Such occurrences.
Amen.
All right, that's it on the program. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us. My name is Melanie Ishola,
Margaret.
And I'm Adeyemi.
and I'm still the only one with 2 names on the program. Thank you. Join us again next week. Bye.
I don't know why.
Why did you guys
I don't
throw your
understand.
names away?
I don't. Okay. maybe.
Margaret, what happened to us?
It's so irritating when I see so-called self-proclaimed relationship therapists and coaches using the word husband snatching. You can't do research.